Coming at you using the music from Spy Hunter from the PS3 and the original Xbox. This is Grillenheimer. Welcome back. Now I want to say I may look like a redneck. I may act like a redneck sometimes. I even got my fishing hat on right now. I am not 100% redneck. My Christian values come first. I may vote a certain way, etc., but you know, my Lord and my God comes first. The people around me I care for, I'll watch out for, all our neighbors, and we're in a real mixed neighborhood, and we have just, as much as we want to get out of our neighborhood, I don't really want to leave because we've been there for a long time now. Yeah, we don't have a lot of kids around. I mean, we do have some kids around us. I guess there's you know, some reach out we need to do that even our kids are kind of afraid of. But there are a few people around with kids about our kids' age. And basically, for all intent and purposes, my kids are now teenagers. So, and with that comes complications in trying to explain, or a preteen really, and a teenager, about what is going on right now with the riots, and some people are rioting for one reason and other people are rioting for another. We've had some peaceful riots, we've had some violent riots. Riot. I don't get on that bandwagon. And anybody with my last name has never gotten on that bandwagon. We may, you know, keep to our foundation of what we believe, and I will admit it, my family of four, we don't all four agree all the time, unfortunately. But you know, we're a family. We're going to have some friction every now and then, and every now and then we do come together and we have great times that are memorable times and funny times. So we're a family. Every family is like that. So, and with that, with some of the highlights that are going on right now, let's make this super quick. I got groceries in the car. It's kind of warm out. I got the cold stuff in a cooler. But, you know, let's just go right to Galatians 6, 9, and 10. Now, I got my phone's in the sun again, so... Oh, what quartet arrangement, cool. Let's go to Galatians 6, verses 9 and 10. So let us not grow weary in doing what is right, for we will reap at harvest time if we do not give up. So then, whenever we have an opportunity, let us work for the good of all, and especially for those of the family of faith. So, is he excluding, are we talking about him being biased and loving and taking opportunities to talk to only the believers? No. What Paul is writing here, do not grow weary in doing what is right. Not your opinion, not on what you know, a political spectrum here, no. On what is right, what is good. So sorry, people. What is right, what is good, and use every opportunity as the church right now. And oh, hello. So us as the church, us as believers, don't be weary. Don't be downtrodden. Don't think, oh gosh, this is the end of all, this is the end of the world. What does our country come to? We can't think like that. We have to persevere. We have to keep going. We have to not just only help support those that love God and support those that are Christian. We also need to help support those that are not, that need Him the most when they don't know it or they refuse to believe. We need to show everybody love, and this is what I think this is a good chance. Let's read it one more time. Galatians 6:9. So let us not grow weary in doing what is right. Is going around and reacting to one event and destroying things and destroying property and looting, is that right? No. I don't believe in rioting in general. I really don't. Peaceful, violent, whatever. I just don't get involved. That's not how I think things should be motivated. But with that thought, we need to remember what is right, what is wrong. What is going on here is a reaction to injustice, maybe. And I don't want to get into events. I want to keep with the verse here. So don't let politics in the news, because that's all they're going to show right now. And it is a little crazy right now. And the best time to quarantine yourself might be just during this mess. You know? Forget COVID-19. Because I'm not hearing much about that now anymore anyway. People are still walking around with masks on. I used my mask on at the store a second ago. But again, like I had in the previous video, we got to use our common sense. So instead of trying to pick sides in whatever side you have picked, don't go out and show your colors in an overtly prideful, boastful manner. We don't need to be boasting about anything. The only thing we need to be urging, the only thing we need to be spreading is love. We need to be spreading God's love. We need to be spreading His Word. We need to help be propping up our neighbors, our non-believers, and show them with an act of grace, an act of understanding, an act of empathy to maybe what has been going on. But at the same time, we need to take a step back and look at the whole picture and say, this is an opportunity for us to help spread His Word. This is an opportunity to help support those we need to be loved, that need to be loved, that are looking for love, that are looking for support. Whoops, the music's a little loud. So then, whenever we have an opportunity, let us work for the good of all. One little group, one color people, one type of people, because they work at Walmart, or because they love pizza, or because they eat tadpoles. No. We need to love everybody. No, I don't eat tadpoles. But especially, and he would put this on the end as a tag, especially for those of the family of faith. Because Christians, fellow brothers, it's times like this when you want to give up. We seem somewhat between a rock and a hard place, where you may not be able to worship as freely as you want, but think of how we have been worshiping electronically. We've been worshiping Zoom, Skype, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. The opportunities for us to spread His name and spread His love and help quell the rioting, the division, even the injustice, if that's part of this. The love is the key to this. And so we need to be propping each other up as believers. And we are the key. We are the salt of the earth. It's going to come down to us to be the pillar for people to come to when they need help, when they need an ear. Because what a lot of non-believers don't always quite get is that we need to show how open we are and can be, because that's how God made us. With that, thank you for watching. Thank you for following along. I'm trying to make this short. Well, I kind of paused because some cars drove by, but then let's keep moving. Let's go into verse 11 super quick. It says a little odd. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to turn this around in a different way here. 11. See what large letters I make when I am writing in my own hand. It is those who want to make a good showing in the flesh that try to compel you to be circumcised. And he's talking about going by the Jewish law at that time, only that they may not be persecuted for the cross of Christ. Even the circumcised do not themselves obey the law, but they want you to be circumcised so they may boast about your flesh. So they're urging others to follow the law, to be circumcised for the men, but at the same time, those that have been circumcised that are urging that don't seem to be following the law themselves, but yet so they can boast about how they got someone else to do what they were told, or what they were telling them to do. So it's a very hypocritical nature. And what were they doing? They were boasting. They want to boast about it. Well, another part of Galatians and a lot of the letters of Paul is that, you know, yeah, you can still follow the law, but because Jesus has come and died, was buried, and resurrected, you don't have to follow that law anymore. There is a new law. And with that, you know, we're getting into heaven and is not all about works. It's not about works, so that we cannot boast about it. And that's what a lot of people currently, in my eyes, I could be completely wrong. I'm Brack. I could be completely wrong here. That, let me get serious, is that a lot of these people in my area, they're going after them. If there's video of some of these people doing this mess and breaking things and stealing things, the police are actually finding them out and making sure they are fined or jailed or whatever. So there is justice in this mess going on that is in an act of wanting to show a realm of rioting nature for injustice. So in a sense, part of this is going on, but not with circumcision, but in other laws that are being broken for the sake of going against authority. But our authority should be Jesus. We need to be having Him first. When we have Him first and we have Him in our life, we need to be thinking of Him first, and then us and our family. And when you have Him first, you're not going out to picket. You're not going out to riot. You're not going out to loot things, because you know that is all wrong. So don't grow weary in doing what's right, for we will reap it at harvest time. So therefore, do not give up. Pray, keep Him first, keep Him in your prayers, keep the people in our prayers, the rioters in our prayers, the police in our prayers, the president in our prayers, our local authorities in our prayers. This is what we need to be doing. We don't need to be going about and burning stuff down. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what color you are. Tragic things happen. Tragic things happen for a purpose, unfortunately. That's what makes it tragic. a lot of things we feel like shouldn't happen. But there's more things that shouldn't happen that are coming down the pike. It may not be this, but it may be more stuff that we don't know about yet. And we're all going to have to stomach and be able to take it as a people, as a country, and as Christians. So don't go out. Beep, that's all, folks. Don't grow weary in your fight. Keep fighting, keep praying, and support. And when I mean fight, I don't mean rioting and picketing. I mean with a spiritual heart, with Christ first, and a God-fearing persona. And remember what is right. Do what's right and you will be rewarded. Do what's right and God will not forget you. Do what is right to where it's something that you can't boast about, that you shouldn't be going around and exclaiming to the world, I helped my neighbor, I did this, I cut their grass, I did this for this person, I did for that person. We shouldn't be doing that either. We should be helping each other out in works and deeds and needs. You don't need to be shouting to the hilltops just because you did it. So, a lot on our plate right now. Keep your nose to the Bible and an ear to a little bit of entertainment. And keep up with your friends and family and neighbors. We'll catch you next time. Have a blessed day. See you next time.